Challenges of working in a daycare parts 4. First on the list is monitoring food allergies. This is something really scary sa mga bago pa lang sa field or kahit hindi ka pa nga bago, kahit matagal ka na pero this is your first time sa isang room or malilipat ka ng ibang room kung saan hindi mo kilala yung mga bata. Kasi if you're handling a lot of children and a lot of them have allergies, iba-iba pa ang allergies nila, this can be really scary kasi yun na, ang dami mong kailangang alalahanin. Ang dami mong kailangang malaman kung anong bawal sa bawat isa. Meron ka mang sheet na makakatulong para alam mo kung sino at ano ang bawal sa kanya. Yung mga titignan mo bago mo i-serve ang food. Kasi in some daycares like in ours, meron kaming chef na nagluluto talaga ng pagkain. And then we serve that food to children. So bago namin i-serve, kailangan tinitignan ko muna, bawal sa kanya to, bawal to. Medyo, alam mo yun, nakakadagdag pa siyang isipin. But that's part of it. That's part of the field. That's part of daycare. And you just have to kind of like be mindful kung ano ang mga siniserve mo. It's just something that you really want to understand din and be able to parang, alam mo yun, maalala talaga, maiput sa mind mo na this can be very dangerous kapag ka nagbigay ka ng isang bagay na alam mong, or kahit hindi ka aware, pero naibigay mo na bawal pala sa bata. And licensing has to be involved kapag may mga bagay na heavy na. And then, syempre, the daycare operation can be jeopardized as well as you as an educator, yung trabaho mo talagang mapapahamak rin kapag ka something heavy happens. Hopefully not though. Number 2, high energy demands. Alam naman natin na mga children ay super energetic yan sila. So kumbaga pagod ka na pero sila hindi pa. And syempre, if you are in the childcare, it involves a lot of bending, a lot of lifting, a lot of crawling, and syempre you have to participate, di ba? And a lot of jumping, a lot of different things. So basically, physical talaga ang daycare and you have to be kind of like in the same energy sa mga children, especially during their play if you are interacting with them. Para ma-feel nila na you're part of the game, you're co-constructing, you're helping each other to learn. And even in those moments, syempre may mga tanong yan sila, nagkakaroon ng language practice for them, and then nagkakaroon ng mga emotional regulation for them. A lot of things are happening. Simpleng bagay lang, but then they are learning actually, and that's part of our job to help them, holistically learning different things. Last on the list sa ating part 4 ay emotional stress. So we have to deal with children who have different emotions. Some of them are dysregulated, and then syempre kapag talagang matindi na yung ginagawa nila, iyak ng iyak, that could also result to educators having that, difficulty para makontrol din nila yung kanilang own emotions. Sometimes may mga bata na nananakit pa, and then you have to be very kalmado pa rin kahit na anong nangyayari. And then you, as an educator, there will be also difficulties with people you work with. It could happen, and if this happens, that could also take a toll on you. It can also lead to a lot of stress. Kumbaga stress ka na sa bata, stress ka pa sa makakasama sa trabaho. This could happen, right? So yun, that's for today's video, and I'll see you again sa susunod na part. Bye.